Number 7, so it's page 6 in your agenda, and it's in the green packet. This is an application for a certificate of appropriateness at 30 Rockefeller Plaza, the former RCA building, Rockefeller Center, an individual and interior landmark. Docket number 15-8983, block 1265, lot 7501. And this is a Art Deco style skyscraper lobby designed by the Associated Architects and built in 1931 to 33 as part of an Art Deco style office, commercial and entertainment complex which comprises the Rockefeller Center individual landmark. And this is an application to create signage vitrines within storefront windows and apply a decorative finish to the ceiling at the mezzanine. That last part of the application has been removed from the scope of work, and so you'll just be seeing the vitrines today.
Hey, Catherine Ray, Preservation Department staff. The remaining work is also at the mezzanine level of the designated two-story lobby at 30 Rockefeller Plaza. It's in this area of the mezzanine. It deals with 3 windows which have vitrines that are about 2 feet deep, and they are on the south side of the south corridor there at the mezzanine. You can see the wall right here, or the beam. The windows. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, the proposal is in these bronze-framed windows, which have vitrines in them, to put in illuminated static pictorial signs set forward about 6 inches from these 2 feet deep vitrines. Would have mirrored sides, slightly sloping, soffits the sills and the sides. The work is related to the Rainbow Room Access project. It has staffers from David's Ways Partners here to talk to you about this, along with others.
Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Good afternoon, Commissioners. Cass Stackelberg, David's Ways Partners. I'm here with Michael Gavolini, Gavolini Shepherd.
I'm sorry, I have to first open the hearing, so, okay. Okay, please go ahead.
I'm here with Michael Gavolini and Warren Goff, Gavolini Shepherd Architects, and we're here on behalf of Inspire Properties. As Catherine said, the work proposed is in a small area of the mezzanine of 30 Rockefeller Plaza. The red line indicates the area of the designated interior of the mezzanine. The mezzanine historically at 30 Rock was used really as sort of circulation space, and these interior spaces were, as far as we understand, sort of back of house office space or commercial use. The work that we're proposing today, as Catherine said, is occurring at these 3 existing storefront vitrines. The windows are currently back painted, but they have approximately a 1.5 foot, 2 foot depth to them. All the work that we're proposing is happening behind the glass. There is no impact to or removal of historic fabric, but it will be visible from within the designated corridors. The work, as Michael will describe, just to give you a little bit of context, this is the last remaining piece of a much larger project, and that is the restoration and rehabilitation of the Rainbow Room. And this process has started working closely with you all, from the designation of the Rainbow Room to the certificate of appropriateness presentation we made, I think, last January, and then some other work that we've been doing with the staff. This is now sort of a small piece of work associated with circulation for guests and amenity space for guests as they travel from the street up to the mezzanine and then up to the 65th floor. So with that, I'll have Michael take you through.
Right. I think it'll be good if the commission has any questions, we can just ask the questions to Michael. Are there any? Okay, we'll wait till that's done. All right, are there any questions for the architect? I know, we do. Not a good sign, okay. Are there any questions for the architect? Mr. Gambolini will only...
I planned this to be my shortest.
I think, I know, but in the interest of time. Yes.
Size of the LCD screens, that's.
Just a question about the size of the LCD screens. How large are they?
They're approximately 52 inches by 58 inches.
Okay.
There are two which are stacked with a horizontal level between them. This is a section through this window. They're set back, the windows themselves, as Cass was saying, is 2 foot in depth. They're setting back approximately about 1 foot 4 inches from the edge of the glass. These are static images, but they are LCD screens in order to create a little bit more illumination and drama to this area. And because of the area itself being what it was used for, is really secondary office space, there's nothing which we're doing to the rest of the area. And this will provide a little bit of wayfinding and draw through to the
The rain.
checkout enclosure.
Okay, great, thank you. Any other questions? All right, we'll take public testimony. Barbara Zay? Ms. Zay, go ahead.
Barbara Zay of the Historic Districts Council. HDC finds the storefront vitrines appropriate, noting the historic commercial nature of this individual landmark and this area of Manhattan. 30 Rock already has a decorative finish on its interior, so much so that it is a designated interior landmark. HDC feels that this iconic interior should be left alone. Its existing panache does not beckon competition. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any more speakers? All right, Community Board 5 recommends approval of this project, but provided that the LCD screens will not display moving imagery, the static images will not change frequently so as to give the appearance of moving imagery, and the LCD scenes will not be used for an event or other third-party advertising. All right, do we have any other questions for the owner or applicant? Okay, let's close the hearing. Any issues with this case? It seems very straightforward, and it's not, it's not like every vitrine, it's just a few, and I think that it really adds to the place and doesn't detract from the historic features. Yes, Diana?
I just think it animates the space a
Yeah,
little bit.
it does.
I think the thing that's interesting about it is the use of LCDs. The question that it raises for me is, can you say, well, it can't be moving images with an LCD technology? I don't think you really can, even though they're saying it in the thing. On the other hand, I don't think that's such an issue. I think in this space, if it were moving, it would be the
I
end of the
agree.
world to me.
I agree. All right, Fred, do you want to read the rest?
A matter of 30 Rockefeller Plaza, the RCA building interior landmark, in the Rockefeller Center individual landmark. The application is to create signage, vitrines within windows, and apply decorative finish to the ceiling at the mezzanine. I recommend approval, noting that the...
Just to clarify that the decorative ceiling is not being proposed anymore, so that should have been taken out of staff
I wondered if we had
comments.
sort of glossed over that rather
We
quickly. Okay.
didn't let Michael
Thank
give his
you.
presentation, so we missed that.
Right, so no decorative ceiling. That the static graphic imagery of the proposed signage, together with its location at the backs of the vitrines, will maintain the historic recessed character of the vitrines and be in keeping with those features of signage found traditionally at display windows at the building and throughout the landmark complex. That the backlit LED illumination of the vitrine signage will consist of a concealed source of light, which will minimize its effect on the designated space. That the vitrine displays display consisting of an illuminated photograph set back from the glass with mirrored reveals at the enframement will animate these windows and evoke a sense of depth in the blocked display windows. I think that's it.
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution has been passed.